And what's cracking, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin and FTM analysis video. Now, I'm going to try and keep this one as short as possible. I promised Sean that I'm going to be taking him out for breakfast today. So, yeah. Today's Bitcoin video, guys, is going to be relatively simple. I don't think Bitcoin's price action has changed much from yesterday's update. So I'll be giving you guys a quick refresher. In addition to, I'll be telling you guys what is the one thing that's going to turn me bearish again. The one thing that Bitcoin has never done before. Although, if I'm being honest, I feel like there's so much right now leaning bullish than bearish. Right? Now, of course, guys, if you have any sort of bearish tilts to Bitcoin, if you think that I have too many biases on the chart, if you are seeing something on a technical standpoint that I am perhaps missing, let me know in the comment section below. I am reading each and every single comment that you guys post. And also, I want to take this time to, thank you guys for actually taking out time to comment in the comment section because, well, your words of encouragement, they go a long way, more than you even know. So thank you very much. And also, guys, for those of you who have been silent lurkers on the channel and you've been catching every video so far, however, you have not subbed, it would mean a lot if you guys could hit the subscribe button. We're so close to 60,000 subs. So, yeah, it would mean a lot if we get there sooner than later. That would make me very happy. But anywho, with this, let's jump right into Bitcoin. Now, not much, like I said, has changed on the chart. If you had to really put a gun to my head and ask me to swing one way, bullish or bearish, I'm swinging bullish here. Guys, I'm swinging bullish here. We finally have two confirmed monthly candle closes over the 10 SMA, and historically, guys, that has always lined up with the initiation of the bull market. Okay, if this is the cycle, right? This is, say, Bitcoin at 3K. This is Bitcoin at $60,000, right? Bitcoin at $60,000. And this is Bitcoin where it's at right now. Every time we get two confirmed monthly closes over the 10 SMA, that has usually led to the initiation of the run-up phase. I don't know why my lines are so freaking squiggly, but we finally have that. But in addition to the 10 SMA, I want you guys to think about all the bullish indicators that we have that's gone off. We have two monthly closes over the 10 SMA. In addition to that, we have a daily golden cross. Okay, so 1 day golden cross. Okay. You guys know that over the past, couple of weeks, I've been looking at 4 bull run triggers. 4 bull run triggers. Out of which, out of the 4, 3 have already gone off. Now we just got confirmation of the monthly confirmed. However, the only one caveat that we're sitting at right now is this, the monthly 55 EMA. Right, I'm going to go smack a line in there. Now, the monthly 55, guys, comes in at around $23,493. Okay, let's just go ahead and adjust that line to get the exact number. Now, yesterday, I had told you guys that, hey, while Bitcoin has cleared out the monthly 10 simple moving average, because we're up against the 55 EMA, I'm not going to be looking for immediate continuation for the to the upside. At the very least, I'll look for a slight consolidation before we actually, come up with another sort of additional thesis, depending on what price action is doing. Now, to anticipate the next move to the upside, I told you guys that I personally would be looking for strength along this 55 EMA translated onto some of our lower time frames. Now, of course, we opened a brand new day today. Now, question is, did we close the candle over that 55 exponential moving average? Is there any pattern on there that's alluding to, hey, you know what, perhaps Bitcoin actually wants to start inching up even further? Right? Because right now, if you're looking at this entire region of support and resistance, we have resistance at the 55 EMA and support at the 10 simple moving average. Where, like, if you have to just assess this picture for what it's showing you right now, where is price showing strength at? It's showing strength up against resistance. It's telling us that, hey, there's a lot more buying pressure in this region than there is selling pressure. Right, so now the question is, how did we close the daily along that 55 EMA translated on over to our lower time frames? Now, if I take you guys on over to the daily time frame, you'll see that if I zoom in to this price action right here, Bitcoin actually closed the daily candle over that 55 EMA translated on over to the daily time frame at around $23,493. All right, it appears that we're coming up to retest that region. Also notice how it almost lines up with the 21 EMA right there. So once again, guys, for me to really look for that next move to the upside, that next push to the upside, I want to see closes. I want to start seeing multiple daily closes over that 55 EMA translated on over to the daily time frame. All right, over 23.5K essentially. Right, that will give me a tilt. Is there anything else in this picture that's basically telling me that, hey, you know what, perhaps Bitcoin wants to inch up further? Well, I am noticing a pattern here. Okay, and this is it. Now, of course, we're going to be talking about this is more to do with immediate sort of price action on the chart, just to give us a hint on, you know, well, what's happening right here. So I'm noticing almost like a W-like formation, and this is it. Okay, it's a mini W-like formation. What is sort of tilting me bullish in this aspect right here is primarily, guys, the daily close. I do believe that the daily closed relatively well. Now, what's going to give me that added confirmation is that if we start living over that 10 SMA right now, which is sort of aggressively sloping downwards. I want to see price start living over that region, and then we likely get that slope up. But right now, I'm seeing like this mini W-like formation. However, it has not, I don't believe it has triggered just yet. Okay, now this right here would mark the neckline of the W-like formation. I'm essentially looking at this wick high right here. The wick high, guys, comes in at around $23,597. Now, on the 12-hour close, and notice how it lines up with the 21 EMA and the 12-hour. If we actually close this next 12-hour, okay, over that 21 EMA, over $23,600, I'm saying that the bulls have the edge there. We're likely going to start seeing this pattern play out. Now, what is the target to this pattern? Well, if I go ahead and we'll take the measured move of the pattern, which is this right here, plot it on the break, this would likely take Bitcoin all the way up to $24,500. Okay, now that's what I personally will be looking for. I'm going to make that a yellow to distinguish my measured moves from my regions of support and resistance. So right now we're seeing weakness at along that 21 EMA, but at the very least, if I'm looking for that immediate continuation getting into today and much of tomorrow, I want to see that 12-hour close over $23,600. Okay, that will give me the tell in that, okay, we're seeing immediate strength on Bitcoin's chart. For now, if I really had to give you guys any bit of advice here, okay, any bit of advice, given the juncture that we are in right now of the overarching cycle, I'm saying play it on the higher time frames, guys. Okay, start thinking. If you do not have your long-term allocations in, this is where you need to start thinking about those long-term allocations. Let me tell you something. When it comes to market cycles, right? This is the market cycle. During these phases of the market, it's tricky. Okay, I understand that it's tricky. Financials, the entire fundamental landscape looks freaking weak. Financial reports from various companies out there are also very, very weak during this phase of the market. But what you will have, and what helps me really position well, and it has helped me during this phase of the market when Bitcoin was at 3K, was knowing how to read price action. All right, we actually positioned at around 4K Bitcoin, in fact, lower than that. All right, so that really helped us even stay put during this phase of the market. So really getting in those long-term allocations on critical junctures and critical reversals of the market really sets you up for the cycle to come. So that way, when we do have intermediate drawdowns like we saw right here, you're not letting go of your long-term allocations. And I'm going to implore you guys to start playing Bitcoin, especially right now on the higher time frames, because I think the most neatest, cleanest picture right now is on the higher time frames for Bitcoin. Okay, if you're someone playing on the lower time frames, that's completely fine. Play it on the lower time frames, but as long as you have your invalidations at play. Okay, make sure you have your invalidation points. Now, if you had to ask me, Krisha, okay, fine, you're leaning bullish here. We know that. You're looking at all of these bull run triggers, you're leaning bullish, but at what point do you turn bearish? Okay, what is it going to take for you to be like, okay, something very different is happening on Bitcoin's chart. Historically, this has never happened before, and at this point, I'm going to be gunning for the lows once again. What is it going to take for me to say that? Well, I'm keeping it simple. Okay, once again, look at your higher time frames. What is the one thing that has never happened in Bitcoin's history? What is the one thing that has never happened in Bitcoin's history? That is this. I'm actually going to go ahead, turn off the 21. I'm going to turn off the 55. Okay, keep the 10 SMA on. Once again, knock off my horizontals. What has never happened in Bitcoin's history is this. Us closing 2 consecutive monthly candles over the 10 SMA only to lose it on the 3rd candle. Every time Bitcoin has gotten 2 monthly closes over the 10 SMA, we have never lost it until number 1, we either get an intermediate reversal in the uptrend or a major reversal in the uptrend, essentially from a bull market to a bear market, like we got one right here. Okay, like what was this drawdown? From that 10 SMA to, well, where we're at right now, that's still a good 52% to the downside. To the bottom of the market, that was a good 66% to the downside. When was the last time we got it right here? This was during the COVID dump, right? COVID dump right here. And now this was the intermediate drawdown from where we lost the 10 SMA all the way up to, well, 3K, which was the bottom. That was a good 50% to the downside. Notice these drawdowns. Okay, how about right here? This was that cycle of the bear market cycle of 2018. We lost it right here to the bottom. That was a good 58% to the downside, right? And notice we took it out right here. Not once did we lose it until we actually got into the bear market. Okay, so not once have we closed 2 consecutive monthly candles emerging out of an accumulation phase of the bear market, only to lose it on the 3rd candle. All right, that'll be the first time that Bitcoin does something like that. In addition to us losing the 10 SMA, notice everything else that gets invalidated on this level. What I'm going to do for you guys over here is knock off every other line that I have on my chart and just keep the 10 SMA on, okay? Just to show you guys the importance of that and why I will be swinging bearish at that point, and I will be gunning for the lows once again. All right, if we lose this level here at around $20,800, because not only will we be losing that, remember I have 4 bull run triggers out of which 3 have gone off. From those 3 that have gone off, 2 once again will get invalidated. I'm looking at the weekly dynamic. Where's the weekly dynamic coming in at? Once again, lining up with that 10 SMA on the monthly. Right? In addition to the weekly dynamic, I also have the 4-day dynamic that I'm looking at. Once again, we will also be losing that trigger to the downside. Historically, these triggers have worked out really well for me and have kept me on the right side of the market. That's why these indicators even exist to begin with. We created something so that it might keep us on the right side of the market during uncertain conditions. Right? So if we lose $20,800, only then will I be gunning for the lows. Up until then, guys, I am bullish on Bitcoin, keeping it very, very simple. All right, so now you guys have my overarching thesis for Bitcoin. You guys have my immediate analysis for Bitcoin as far as the daily is concerned, what it is that I'm looking at, what is the pattern that I am looking at, and that 12-hour region of support I am looking for Bitcoin to live over. Okay, coming in at $23,600. Right? So this is the immediate analysis on Bitcoin. Now, in addition to all of this, the one thing that has been keeping us on the right side of the trends is the Mango dashboard. You can see that on the 4-hour time frame, Bitcoin USDT did flip long an hour ago. Okay, volatility at 40 telling us that, hey, the bulls still have a lot more edge left on this trend. Right? If they want to start taking this up, they can. They have a lot of leeway as far as volatility is concerned. This is the 4-hour, 12-hour results, so long as you can see right here. Daily, however, is still neutral. So we're looking for that 12-hour bullish signal to cascade on over to the daily time frame. Okay, that is likely going to happen if this pattern play actually starts moving to the upside. Right, look for the 12-hour to close over $23,600. Now with this, we can move on over to the altcoin of the day. Yesterday I told you guys that I will be covering FTM. So this is FTM right here. Now FTM, I was asked a question. I have a pretty heavy position in FTM right now. And I was asked a question saying that, Krisha, are you still in your trade despite this downtrend that we're seeing, this very, very aggressive, very rapid downtrend on FTM? And the answer to that question is yes. Yes, I am still in that trade. I have not been invalidated, and for as long as I am not invalidated on the trade, I'm going to remain in it, okay? Rules ultimately are your rules, and you need to follow them, okay? Try and separate yourselves as a manager and an executor, where the manager decides the thesis and the hypothesis behind your trade, okay? And the executor just executes on that hypothesis that the manager built, right? Try and separate those two personalities of yourself, and I promise you, you will see success on your trade setups without your emotions getting in the way when you are executing. Now, as far as FTM is concerned, I'm keeping this very, very simple for myself. I'm looking at the dynamic, okay? Looking at the dynamic in addition to I'm looking at my cloud levels, all right? And on the daily time frame, I'm currently on the 12-hour time frame. And so my invalidation is such that for as long as we are living over 42 cents, I am going to remain in my trade. 42 cents, guys, is my invalidation. Okay, it's only once we start breaking that daily dynamic to the downside will I be like, okay, something different is happening on FTM, and I am then looking to exit the trade, at the very least de-risk from that trade. But so far, notice what price did. The last time I actually built on my position was right here. So I have been sitting relatively in a very, very good position even throughout this downtrend. And that's why it's so important to catch your bids on critical levels when you do see the pullback. Yes, it is scary, but if you catch it on critical levels wherein it is an easy trade to manage, then hey, you know what? You know when you're wrong very, very fast, and more often than not, you can get out with a minimal loss. So now we're seeing that FTM actually came down once again to that key region, to that 42 cent region, only to bounce right off of that. But in addition to that bounce, notice what's happened right there. So throughout this entire downtrend, okay, throughout FTM's downtrend right here, it had actually put in well, on a textbook standpoint, it would be called a bullish pattern, right? That is your falling channel, a very, very, very neat falling channel. I'm going to zoom into this price action right here. And what's happened in the last daily close is that we actually managed to break out of that falling channel. However, in my perspective, I don't think that's enough just yet. What we're seeing right now is, okay, we're seeing a retest of the falling channel, which is a very classic retest. Usually how patterns work, especially channels and wedges, is that, okay, you'll see the wedge play out, okay, then there'll be a break, retest, rally to the upside. So we're seeing something like that. However, I wanted to see more strength on Bitcoin's break. So what I will be considering as a more bullish posture, not Bitcoin, sorry, FTM. What I will be considering as a more bullish posture for FTM is if we can start taking out these highs right here. Okay, which I don't think we did. So the high right here comes in at around 47 cents. Okay, 47 cents is going to be, I'll be looking for the bulls to take out 47 cents for me to anticipate sort of the next move to the upside, the next push to the upside, and this pattern actually playing out to the upside. Now, if I have to go ahead and take the measured move of the pattern, okay, plotted on the break where we actually received it, this will take FTM all the way up to 52 cents. Okay, so far I'm really, really liking the reaction off of 42 cents. I think this was a very strong move by the bulls. That was a good 9% on that daily candle. So good stuff. Now what I want to see is the bulls actually defend this right here. Okay, this is the low. So I'm looking at these wicks right here and these candle body closes right here. Okay, this comes in around 44 cents. So I want to see the 12-hour honestly close over that region. That will also maintain that channel and we don't break back into the channel. So I want to see this being a legitimate break and then rally to the upside. I think will be a very, very clear picture for the bulls is if we can start closing candles over 47 cents. One better, start closing over the dynamic, keep us on the right side of the dynamic, and I think we're golden at that point. So yeah, so far guys, I'm still very much in my trade. I think what this could end up morphing into, does it have a... No, it does not have a profile. I was looking at a head and shoulders, an inverted head and shoulders pattern, but we don't have the right volume profile for that. So yeah, I'll just be keeping it to the channel. Look for the bulls to, well, maintain 44 cents as that support, and we will be a-okay. If we lose 44 cents, I'm saying we're coming back down to the Kijun. What makes this a lot more bearish than usual is if FTM actually starts losing the Kijun to the downside. So look towards FTM losing 42 cents. That is going to be my invalidation on the trade. Okay, at which point I do believe that FTM loses signature, and at that point we will be doing something very, very different. All right, I will be looking for price to then come down to 34 cents at the very least. Right, and that's not going to be, that's not a loss that you want to take, quite honestly. That's going to be a good, 18% to the downside. Right, so yeah, have your contingencies in place. Now, this is my invalidation. Yours could be different, but this is essentially what I am seeing on the chart right now. Okay, trying to keep my emotions out of it. I have my executor self and I have my manager self. My manager self has given me the conditions behind my trade setup on FTM, and I will be following that to the T. Alrighty, so now, yeah, this is the overarching picture for FTM. This is then an update on my FTM trade, which I am still very much in full position, still in. Everything I built on right here is still intact. Okay, I did not take profits right here. I was looking for a continuation on this trend. So yeah, I'm still waiting on this to play out. Let's see how it goes. So as soon as I get more, of course, price action, more juice on this, I will be giving you guys further updates. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a rather simple one. There's, like I said, not much has happened, so not much to really sort of go over, as these are just updates. Now, if you guys have anything else that you want me to cover, if there's anything else that you want me to discuss, well, let me know in the comment section below, and I will deliver. Now, yeah, make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next update. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.